Well, it looks like I'm gonna have a cat on me for this review. This was not a part of the script. This was not scripted at all. This was just all of a sudden I was about to record, and then here he is. I don't make the rules. Although, I make the rules when it comes to this channel, but when it comes to shit like this, I don't make them. Hey there guys, welcome back to another awesome video. And today's movie review is going to be of The Karate Kid Legends. So The Karate Kid Legends is the latest movie and the latest, I guess, installment in the Karate Kid franchise. We now have a new student that we're introduced to named, it's either, I kept hearing throughout the movie, Xiao Li and Li Fao. And they kept like changing the names. I don't know if it's like a Beijing thing or a China thing. And then in America, they kept calling him one thing, and then China and Japan, they call them another thing. But either way, we have a new student that now wants to enter a tournament, but he's learning under the teachings of both Danny Alfmacchio and Jackie Chan. So this movie is directed by Jonathan Entwistle. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but still. And I gotta say that I'm gonna put this out here right off the bat, is that I'm not like a super die-hard fan of the Karate Kid movies, and I have nothing against them. I just never got myself into them. I knew of their existence because of pop culture, but I never really got into them. In terms of like sports movies or motivational movies or inspirational films or those montage like movies, for me it was the Rocky franchise. That was one that I was at the right moment watching and binging all the Rocky movies just in time for Creed back in 2015, which, holy shit, now that I think about it, it's been 10 years since Creed has been out. But anyways, I was more of a Rocky guy. Funny enough, I recently watched the first two Karate Kid movies, and of course I've seen the remake with Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith. I've seen it at least like once or twice, I'd say. And with this one, I think this one is a lot better than the remake, or the remake if you will, because originally Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith, that was kind of like the remake, but with Cobra Kai apparently, and with this movie, it kind of establishes that Jackie Chan's character also knew Mr. Miyagi, and so the Miyagis and Hans knew each other for so long, and they kind of like intertwine and interwove like a family tree and like a cherry blossom tree, like they say, same tree, different branches sort of dynamic, which I think is kind of interesting. It's kind of great because then it introduces Jackie Chan into this universe that also has Danny from the original Karate Kid movies. And honestly, right out the gate, these two are phenomenal. Those two are great because it's just really cool to see these legends come back and do their thing of like, we're the legacy characters and we're paying homage, and also the a little bit of that sprinkle of nostalgia in there. But also, we're not just nostalgia bait, we're not just member berries, we're servicing the story. And I think it's kind of funny that the two of them have different techniques, because one knows kung fu, one knows karate, one knows this technique, one knows the Miyagi technique, and both of them doing the whole thing of like, oh, it's better this way, well, technically it's this way, back in my day, oh, the olden days, and kind of like bickering like older men training Lee here, which, speaking of Lee, he holds his own against these two iconic characters and these two iconic actors, I would say, for sure. He definitely holds his own, and I definitely see some strong potential in the future for this guy. And a shout out to two actors. One is the actor who plays the antagonist known as Connor. Now, don't get me wrong, he's not Johnny, but he kind of is like Johnny wannabe, but boy was he a menace. Boy was he fierce and sharp and aggressive as fuck. And I was like, yo, especially the fight sequences, like the fights not only between him and Lee, but just in general, the kung fu, the choreography, I literally felt like it was one of those like, not gut-wrenching moments, but I felt like I literally was almost like on the edge of my seat. I had like keep gripping, like, because it was just getting so intense with these scenes and these like punches and these kicks, and slow it down and you see each hit and you see each punch, and it just, you feel that almost. It was just so good, honestly. And the other actor, which he's not like he's not a highlight, but I want to give credit to the guy who is playing Victor, who's the father to of course the girl that Lee likes. And for whatever reason, I know it's not the same actor, but for whatever reason, he reminds me of Ross Masquid, or Masquad. But this guy he reminds me of.
Where is Omni-Man? Where is he?
Also, I do love that Ming-Na Wen is in this film and she plays the mother. So it's kind of cool having, you know, you have the Karate Kid and then you have just Jackie Chan being Jackie Chan. And then you have Mulan in this film. I think you have like some really great martial art related, Chinese related people involved. And speaking of Chinese, there is definitely a lot of like the integration of native tongues, and I think that's really welcomed in this film for sure. And a lot of things are welcomed in this movie, like trying to redeem yourself and, you know, conquering your fears. And I know these are cliche motivations and things that we've seen before, and I am glad that this movie, with all respect, didn't do like, let's do the crane technique. Like, yes, there are some acknowledgments and some references to the other movies, and of course at one point Johnny even makes a cameo at the end. They don't do the whole final moves, the crane technique or anything like that, or they don't do the healing technique like they did with the previous films. They go for something different, and I'm like, you know what, I'm glad they do that. And honestly, this is probably one of the better legacy movies out there that acknowledges the legacy characters but also welcomes new characters for a new generation to explore and exploit. And honestly, I think this is a great like final film to end your franchise. Now, could they keep continuing with Lee here? Absolutely. Should they? I don't know. I think sometimes it's better to leave it off like this, even though you have a potential lead actor right here. But I am going to give the Karate Kid Legends, I am going to give it a solid A. So the Karate Kid Legends, have you guys seen it? What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell to new videos every week. Share the video with family, friends, all that good stuff and more. Please leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll look to do it as best as possible. Also, if you guys do want me to cover the remake with Jackie Chan and or the original Karate Kid movie, then maybe let's, you know, we get this to like perhaps 15 likes, and maybe if I see more than 5 comments, I might look into those reviews. You know? Nothing personal, I just want to like just test things out there. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.